Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Kaspa charts. So we're going to have a look at the 1 hour chart on Kaspa at the moment. If you remember, the last one we did, we were around about here. It was working its way back up and it just broke support, started working its way down, and we were originally looking to get out here to take profit after getting in around here. We were looking to get out of the top and hope it would come back down all the way back to this zone here. So let's replay it and see how it did. And I'll walk you through what I was thinking as it was going through the chart. So we're still in the trade at the moment. So at the moment it's coming back down to more or less break even. Reacted just above it. And I thought, okay, it might come up here so I can get out there, but no. Went lower again, and it's creating this kind of squeeze now. Then it's shot right down. I should think this dot here is where we were up to on the last video, so just replaying this bit now. Bearing in mind my overall plan was to get out of the top and buy back in down here. So this is a good learning experience, this. So this is where we were up to on the last video, when it hits this yellow dot. So I'm watching it. It starts to go down again. And it gets into this zone here and I think, right, great, sell. So I sold out here, hoping it would go down. And what happened? It just kept on going up. Broke resistance. This long-term resistance got broke. So I was like, oh my God. Let's just pause this a minute. So at the moment, just to give you like kind of like what I was thinking, usually what happens is if it breaks support or resistance, it'll break through, go up and come back down, touch it and go again. But you have to remember this could have just kept on going up all the way up to here, and I would have been out of the market because I sold here. Made about a $3,000 profit at this point from here to here. So up to here is probably another $1,000 I missed out on. And then I thought, oh my God, it's going to run away all the way up to here without me. So I was panicking slightly. Let's turn off my emails so nothing else pops up. Crypto banter. So it came up to here and I started panicking. I was like, oh, it's going to go without me. So I bought back in here. This is like how not to trade. And then what happened as soon as I got back in? It came down. Now it started to make its own support level here, and then it broke support. So now I'm in it, and then I'm here. I'm about minus 1,000 here. So I'm like, oh my God. And then it started dipping in. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to go back in. I'm going to lose money again. So what it actually did, I should have been more patient here. It did actually do exactly what it usually does. Came up, punched up, came back to test, and it's tested on this support, and this old resistance is now support. So this area here is very strong, and up it went, and now it's reacted lovely off this new support that started. So this is where we're up to now. Let's just stop the replay. So it's created this new support level, and it's just tinkering around. So it could drop back down and then go up, could hang around here and then go up again. So at the moment I'm about $500 down from here where I bought in. Remember I sold here, it went up, I panicked, bought back in, and it went down again, and now it's here. So I'm hoping it's going to keep going up, but you know, you just have to keep assessing it as it happens. So I want to be in it, and we have made profits from here to here. So from there to there, 10%, which is nice. So if it does start going against us, we're giving profits back, but we're not actually going into losses. So I'd still like it to go, maybe break one of these supports and get back in down here. But if you zoom out a little bit, if you're panicking, so it's just slowly creeping up here. and we're hoping it gets up to here, all-time highs, around about 0.5, 0.6 nearly. So that's where we are at the moment on Kaspa. So I'm just watching this eagerly, hoping it goes back up so we can get back to here, that's break even, and then get back up to 60 cents. We're not back up to, get to a new high of 60 cents, and I've got in here, remember, up to here, it's about 13-14%. So it got close enough, might take it out around 10 to 12, so that'll be another 3,000 to 4,000. And then we could sell out at the top here again and hope it doesn't just break through it, but sell out on the top here, somewhere around here, and then we're just going to watch it, and once it breaches, what we'll do to make it so we don't get carried away, we'll probably extend this one out all the way up to the top, and then if we get some kind of I'm quite happy for it to come down to here, that's fine, and start working its way up, retesting these. Let's say it makes its way up to the top. I don't want to sell out until either, if it breaks through, then great, I'll just stay in. If it breaks to the upside and tests and goes up again, that's great. But if it gets to here and squeezes down, then I'll get out here once it breaks this support, because it's quite a major support, that's quite a major resistance. If it breaks down, I'll get out again, and I'll be looking to get back in either on this one here maybe, or further down on here. But even if we get down in here and it goes against us, it's still okay just to wait here. It's only if it breaks this major support that would get out again, and would crystallize a loss then at that point. But we would have made from there to there is 3 grand, from there to there is probably 3.5, 4 grand. Back down to there, you might end up giving that 4 grand back, but we're still up the original 3 grand. If that makes sense. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment, just to monitor it, hope it keeps going up this level, and get out here or here. Get rid of my little squiggles. Get rid of that little hole. Hopefully that won't get seen again. Yeah, so hopefully on the way onwards and upwards for here. And let's just have a quick look as well while we're on. The US opened half an hour ago. Quick look at Bitcoin. We'll look on the 4 hour just so it's not as close. The hourly, you can get a bit excited on the hourlies. So Bitcoin's broke this support. Now it's come up to test it. This could be just testing this and then back down again. We've also got this. So this could be just working it, or it could just work in a channel, then break back in to the upside or the downside. No point pretending I know which way it's going, because no one does. All we can do is find these support levels, and if it breaks it, get out. If it gets back into that zone, get in again. Not much more fancy stuff than that, really. Let's have a look at some of the tech stocks as well. I just saw something about Nvidia's just had a breakthrough. Looks like I've been doodling myself. More lines than Pablo Escobar. Let's get rid of these. Big gap there. So these are the kind of overall trend for Nvidia. It has made this, I did say on the last one, is making this kind of head and shoulders pattern. There's three peaks here. So if we take the bottom of here, run it through there, and that's what all those doodles were for. So the height from there to there, if that breaks through here, you expect that distance to go the same again, which will take it round about here. And also it's got a gap here, and the gaps usually get filled. So I expect it down here to fill that gap, which will line up with the top of there, which also hits onto this old support level, and then it was resistance, and then bang, it's gone through, made a new support, a new resistance at the top, back down here. So it could hit this, or it could go lower onto this one, and then we just monitor it, maybe get in there. If it breaks through, get out again. If it holds there, then we're up, aren't we? We're on our way up, all is well. But I would expect a bit more fall in. I am expecting a bit more fall in. Doesn't mean to say you should or you should invest or anything because of it. But let's look again at Tesla. This is really nice. Like, I'm dying to get back into Tesla. But you can see what's happened just using basic support and resistance again. So the top one, it's reacted off resistance. Tried it but not quite hit it. This is just because people put sell orders in before it gets to that area. So it hits them before everyone front runs everyone. So we'll just put a support line in here. Big gap down. That's broke support. And I'm just watching the pre-trading before. It was quite a bit further down than when it opened. It opened and blasted down straight away. So this is quite interesting. This could come, it's on a level here as well, we see. And a kind of level and an area that it's used before and before, so it's a quite strong level actually. Look at all the times it's touched it and reacted off it. And it's not just a single line, it's a bit of a thick, you know, imagine a marker pen and not a fine detailed pen. So this could actually come back up here, test this old support which is now resistance, and then start coming down, which would probably be more likely than just going straight down. So let's say it reacted off here, up a bit over the next weeks or so, came down and then carried on down here. Trick is, you put enough lines on everywhere, one of them's going to hit and then, you know, still look good. So what I'm looking for is it coming down to around these levels, around the $130. Anywhere between 150 and 130 I'll start scaling in then, I think, because this is an old support. And also we've got this triangle. See all these triangles playing out, they get squeezed and they pop through. Triangle, squeeze, pop through. This is another massive triangle. If this gets squeezed, it could pop through back down to here, which would be amazing. But if I'm already in here and it pops below, then I'll be getting out, won't I? I'll make a small loss, maybe like a 10% loss or something. But I'm not really bothered because I just wait till it goes down here, get back in again at this level. I've got it even cheaper. I've got more shares, and then watch it go up again, and then see what happens when it hits this resistance. Is it going to go down, or is it going to break through? And that's where you really want to be getting in, around $100, and then let it run up past $400. That's a nice 4x there. Micro strategies will be following what crypto does, so that's just kind of waiting until as soon as a Bitcoin ETF comes on, this thing will soar. Probably, possibly, in my opinion. Do not invest, do not follow me, and all that. PRTR, just getting squoze at the moment. This could come up and squeeze into here and then drop down, or squeeze and go up and carry on up here. We just need to watch and do and be ready to have two things to do. If it goes up, we do one thing, goes down, we do the other. Coinbase floating along sideways, nothing interesting there. Google's getting squeezed at the top. This is interesting. So it's on the 4 hourly. Let's put it on the daily just so it's daily or the 12 hour. So this has got a bit of time left in it still before it does something. It's like 20, probably like could be between a couple of weeks, week to 3 weeks maybe. There we go. So that could go up or come down. The way the world is, I think it might come down, but that's just me. And if it does come down, then it's good entry points on the lowers. Meta has just broken through and it teased everyone. Broken through the top resistance. It broke support here. That's support. Broke through. Continued up, following this like a parallel to this weird price action. Dropped off a bit, came back up, and then down again. So I'm not really into Meta, to be honest, but if it came back here, this would be a place to look at, maybe getting back in. If it broke through, get out and wait for the lower lows. Lower lows, as everybody says. Amazon got this massive support. We're in this compression. We've broke support, back in, broke again, down. A bit all over the place, Amazon, not a big fan. They still got my money. This was the dinosaur we were drawing as his head. Three-peaked dinosaur. So this has been crawling up. Looks like crazy manipulation. So this is actually compression in a rising market, falling compression, rising market, which would suggest this would be going up at some point. Maybe if it coils a bit more and gets on top of this, what used to be resistance, this line, which is now support. Stretch it out again, the one I'm talking about. Maybe this is going to go around about here and try up again, which is quite positive, really. I'm always a bit like, how is there a positive looking chart in this environment? But I have to be careful I'm not just like super negative all the time, because that would be wrong. Right, so we're here. So if you want to monitor something going down, looking when to get in, you could just do the same. Just stick a resistance on the top, right, from whatever meets up. So it's here to this way, maybe this way, and then you could be just monitoring it, and if it crosses above, then it might be a good time to get in. And on the lower side, which drops down further, you can keep an eye on it that way as well. Not as accurate as a super old support and resistance lines like these, but you know, within every channel it has to break support or resistance at some point. So here it has to break support to come down again, and here it has to break resistance to go up. So there's always little markers. There's all, you know, loads of other different things you can look at all this, but on a very basic, just look at your support and resistance. I think that's about it, really. I might start looking at some other coins on the next few episodes. I used to love Engine. Well, I think I liked Engine because it did so well for me. I put $100 in Engine when it was like 0.13 cents, I think it was, like 2017 or something, and then rode it up to whatever the peak was. That's against Ethereum. So I could be messing around with this. Yeah, about $4.50. I'll find a better chart. Engine USDT Binance. I should have it. Yeah, so I don't know if this will don't go all the way back to the dinosaur, but this is 2019, so I was in before this. So even here, like, if you look, I tried getting in again here, you see. Even from here, just go to show how much growth there can be. That's 17. Let's say I got in around 13. Try and find it about there, and then rode it all the way up to here. Yeah, I remember it being 3,500% it went up. And guess how much money I put in there? $100, and it went to $3,500. Amazing. Well, at the time, I was very new to this in 2017. So at the time, let's look on say 12 hour. That $100 went up to $3,500, and then it went down and down and down till it was about 1,500. Because what I wasn't doing is putting any support lines on. So I could have put lines on here, for instance, and could have got out at least 10x, or could have been more aggressive and put some on, put a support on here when it started really ripping up here. That's a pretty good fitting line. Once it got here, that's definitely a good line. Up it goes. Ooh, could have made a fortune. But even here, that's 3,500%. That's 4,500%. So could have got here still. Could have got $3,500 out there. Looks like it peaked at $4,700. Dollars return is what I'm talking about from that 100. But I just let it go all the way down. Like, oh, it's going to go again. It's going to go again. And it never did. The little engine that couldn't. So yeah, so that's it. It's around 90 minutes. So that's probably it for today's. So we're just going to keep our eye on Kaspa. I've got Kaspa on. I'll just put these on as well, just so you know. So I've got the MEXC one. Just so I make sure I'm not missing anything, because we are on different exchanges. So we've got the MEXC one. I've also got the one on Crypto and the one on Qcoin, just so we've got, just in case there's slight differences, you know. And we've also got the logarithmic chart to look at as well as the normal linear. So that's it. So all we're doing at the moment is watching to see what happens here. Remember, I crapped my pants, got in too high, and now it came back on me. So hopefully, I'll just put a little squig on. Hopefully we want to see this going up into this kind of squeeze here, and then popping out, and then up again. This has created a bit of a larger, if you look on the larger time frame. I keep saying I'm going to stop, but I'll keep chatting, but not to worry. We do have a bit of a, on this level, we've got a bit of a squeeze going on as well. So yeah, so that's what we're up to. So I'll leave it there. I'll try not to carry on waffling, and we will see what happens over the next few days. And hopefully next time we do a video, we'll be doing a rerun from here, and you'll be able to see this going up. And I'll be like, oh, look how clever I am. Or it'll break down, and I'll watch it up to here, and hope it reacts back up to there, and that'll be about $1,000 down. But if it breaks down further into this section, then I am going to get out and wait to see what happens. If it goes back up again, I'll get back in. But if it goes below, it could start going right down to the down to here again, around the 44s, which is fine if that's the case. Quite happy to get in, quite happy to go in here, make a small loss, get back in here and get a load more tokens for the money, for the same money. Only lose $1,000, but by the time we get down here, we'll be off to the races. And then you're talking big returns, aren't you? Still talking, aren't I? Still talking. 33%, which would be about $9,000. So happy days. Let's keep an eye on it. Thanks for watching. I'll put a little pop-up to remind you to subscribe. So please subscribe. I'm trying to build up my subscribers. Thanks for watching them and sticking it to the end. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Start doing some giveaways for people with the most patience. All right. Well, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one.